That's right, Molly. And talking with different people and businesses today, it is clear that this experience will be different for everyone. For hairstylist Aurelio Ayala, our state's reopening will look different for the clients who sit in his chair.
I've asked people if they're not going to get vaccinated to go elsewhere, that I would find them a dermal stylist.
That means no vaccination, no business.
I also have compromised lungs, where if I were to get COVID, I don't think I would survive it. So
for many returning to work, a favorite restaurant or business, there's anxiety and worry.
That anxiety is normal. It is appropriate.
And doctors say it's important to remember that life after reopening will not look like our pre-pandemic world.
We're entering probably one of the strangest periods of ambiguity and tension and uncertainty in modern history.
Experts suggest we focus on how we do things, such as talking and listening to others, and showing understanding that everyone has had their own experience with the pandemic.
There's a lot of anxiety and fear for some folks. There is a lot of enthusiasm and relief for other people, and pretty much everything in between.
DOH says data reveals that depression and anxiety in adults across the state is improving and that many are feeling better. But for this stylist, reopening is about safety.
until everybody gets vaccinated, there's no guarantee of anything until we all do it.
So compassion in the days to come will be key.
It's okay not to have answers about all the what's that are going to happen because we don't know. So we focus on process more than content, and we focus on those elements of resilience: purpose, connection, adaptability, and hope.
The Space Needle, Pike Place Market, the coffee, all great reasons why people make the trip to Seattle. Seattle's tourism industry is making a comeback, but slower than many would like.
We were the first ones into the pandemic, and it seems like we'll probably be the last ones out as far as people coming back to visit. At the Washington Convention Center in Seattle, 83 booked conventions were canceled during the pandemic. The economic impact, $587 million lost. No conventions means no visitors spending big bucks. They turn over dollars 8, 9, 10 times, not only to the hotels, but also to the restaurants and the shops and the attractions that are downtown Seattle. Bill Weiss is GM of the Silver Cloud Stadium Hotel in Soto. We were banking on this business, and it's a gut punch, if you will. Visit Seattle says groups are starting to rebook conventions in the Emerald City.
And the good news is we've got a number of those that we've been successful in finding them future dates.
And visitors are returning to hotels. According to Visit Seattle, our downtown hotels are about 47% full right now. Typically during the summer, Seattle hotels are 89% full. Visit Seattle and local business owners are encouraging people to rediscover the city.
Be a tourist in your own town.
Add the Emerald City to your travel plans. Consider a staycation.
This is just the very beginning of recovery.
And be on the lookout for a new campaign featuring hidden gems around Seattle. Local celebrities will be sharing their favorites using hashtag #IKnowAPlace. In Seattle, Suzanne Fawn, KOMO News.
Family and friends of Lindsey Baum are trying not to get their hopes up too high about solving her disappearance. In this Operation Crime and Justice report, KOMO's Keith Eldridge says it comes in response to an arrest in what's being called an eerily similar case in McCleary.
It's just kind of a mix of emotions because, you hope you're going to find some answers, but you don't want to get too excited over something, that may not pan out into anything.
Angela Rittinger is a friend of Lindsey Baum's mother, Melissa, talking about the arrest of Paul Beaker, accused in the kidnap and rape of a 17-year-old girl in 2003 in McCleary, 6 years before Lindsey disappeared from the same area.
What are your thoughts on the fact that this is rekindling interest in Lindsey's case?
Well, certainly that's something that we're extremely interested in, to see if there's any nexus between the 2003 investigation that we've made the arrest on now and the 2009 disappearance of Lindsey.
Sheriff Rick Scott says there are obvious similarities in the two cases, but they have not yet uncovered a direct connection.
At this point, we believe that he was still living in the area at the time that Lindsey disappeared.
Was he ever interviewed early on?
We're going through all of our records to see, what, if any, contact might have been made with him on or about that time.
On the 10-year anniversary of Lindsey's disappearance, her mom told me she's praying for a break in the case.
It's not possible that when you have so many resources coming together something's not going to give.
Today in McCleary, Lindsey's memorial bench and sign are still there, and so is hope.
And hopefully we will get justice for Lindsey Baum someday, whether it's Paul Beaker that did it or whether it's somebody else out there that did it.
Keith Eldridge, KOMO News.
Hey, everybody, I'm Eric Johnson from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and all of Western Washington. And don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.